But everything sounds good right now?
Diego, test your mic.
Hello.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
We're rolling, folks.
We're rolling, folks. Everyone's getting their drinks in. All right, guys, welcome to the podcast.
How's it going, guys?
This is episode 5. Today we have a bit of a special episode. We have our first real guest. Someone I've known for a while here. He's just been through Murray.
Yes, sir.
How long have you gone to Murray? His name, Diego. How do you say your last name?
Tapia.
Tapia, yeah, so I thought. Diego Tapia.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
First special guest, guys. We told you we'd get him on. We have some big ones coming
Yeah.
up.
We told you.
Yeah,
We got him on.
we got some bangers coming out
Yeah.
here in the next few weeks.
But what's up? How you been?
Good, man. Just, excuse me, working, you know.
That's good. So
trying to-
you've actually been like more or less reaching out to us about the podcast. You
Yeah,
want to
no-
talk to about like
You're
what,
like the big. You're like
what-
our biggest fan.
yeah, like
I
what
think.
made
you know.
what made that reach out happen.
Well, you know, I kind of just really been messing with podcasts lately because all I do, go to work, you know.
Where do you work at?
Tough country, leveling suspension, doing all that.
So yeah, podcast your go-to.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, of course. I've
Yeah,
been
and
messing with you guys
we were
lately.
touching on it a little bit before, but it was like we're kind of the first ones to like kind of step into the area of podcasting,
Yeah.
and especially here in like
Here.
the valley. I
Yeah.
guess is to say Utah maybe.
Yeah,
even.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a couple in the area, but like, yeah, who's doing it?
Yeah,
No.
like in
No.
because we're all in a space. I feel like with the people that we're all connected to,
Right,
and
right.
there's like a space that we're all under, and so in that sense, like doing a podcast under it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, it's dope. I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy like editing it. It's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, we were glad that he reached out to us. We're like, wow, like people are really messing with this podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it was
we're
dope.
doing
It's
something
crazy,
right, guys.
yeah. You guys are just like so, I don't know, ambitious, and I feel it. And I don't know, even just kicking it before this.
Yeah.
You guys are really interesting, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I really mess with y'all.
Yeah.
So.
We
Thank
try
you.
and keep it as like authentic as possible on here. It's like
Young,
how,
dude.
how
We
is
keep
in
it
real
young.
life.
Right.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that kind of vibe too, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, man.
We kind of it's even like even if it doesn't seem like it, it's still kind of nerve wracking to do it, even though it's like a normal conversation.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah,
Everyone's
it's
nervous.
It's
Every
still like
episode.
that. It's definitely still like
It's
that.
fun.
I don't know if I hope it'll go away.
It's fun. Like most people, like
Um,
honestly, most people, even if they like this podcast, they wouldn't reach out because they'd be too nervous.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, no, I don't want to go.
Man, I just feel like this is something I like too as well. This is something that I have the same interest in. So
Yeah.
like, it's nice to be in that kind of environment. I don't
Yeah,
know, trying
for
to
sure.
see.
Yeah.
So you grew up in where'd you grow up? You grew up in Murray.
Yeah. So actually, I was born in Salt Lake City, right? So I used to live in these government housing homes. They help with rent. That's where I was like maybe 4 when I moved out of there, and then from there I went to Magna. You know, was going to school. I went from
To Magna.
yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
Magna.
Yeah,
That,
no,
I
like,
like that.
honestly,
no,
like, no
yeah.
one really knows or like
Yeah.
has been out there. Like I've driven out there for delivery and it's
Yeah,
weird.
it's
There's
nothing,
nothing out
man.
there.
Yeah.
But from second grade to third, and then from third I went to West Jordan, moved up there, you know,
Yeah.
When did you come to Murray?
and
Like Murray schools, I guess.
Cause did you go to Riverview?
no, so actually I went to Sunset Ridge Middle School,
Okay.
and then from there I didn't get to Murray until I was a junior.
And
Yeah.
Sunset
I
Ridge
remember
is
that.
Oh,
in
really?
West Jordan.
Yeah, I was only a junior.
Yeah, and I was a sophomore. Cause like, yeah, that's what I noticed about you. Like we've always just been like friends. Like you've been like cool.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
You've just been around like the people who.
I just
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
You-
dude,
you're a good guy,
I'll say
yeah.
this: you like
good guy.
you merged in like seamlessly. What was that?
God, Steve.
You merged in like seamlessly though. Like no one really, like at least like the first time I met you, I just thought like you had been going to the school forever.
Yeah.
Like just a Murray kid. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't tell like, oh, this kid's like new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah,
I
that's
mean, I met you in UCAM when I was a freshman, so that was crazy.
I probably
Yeah.
met you later. Like I think I met you like junior year, maybe sophomore year.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we never really like talked too much in high school. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of like Murray and like the school and stuff? Because I know there's a lot of people here that listen that go there and went there. And
Yeah,
stuff.
probably most of the audience.
It's a
You're graduated. You can say whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
whatever
like,
the hell
yeah,
you want.
it's a good school. I feel like there's other than, I mean, academically, I feel like it was a really good school. I did learn, a lot,
Yeah.
but socially,
It's different there.
different.
Like kids are different, for sure.
It's
It's
really
a different
different
breed.
for sure. Diverse, but
Yeah.
I tried to
it's
just keep
kinda
my head
cliquey.
down.
Lots
Yeah.
of characters. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Lots of characters.
in
Yeah,
every grade,
there's
there's
definitely.
like my little brother and his friends.
Yeah.
They're as loud as they can be.
Yeah.
And we were too in high school. Every time, like,
There's just all the different
between
groups, you know?
first and plus time, we'd meet up and just dap
Yeah.
each other up, just loud as hell for no reason. And
Until, like,
there was so
senior
many groups
year.
like that.
Yeah.
Then we were just like kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, senior year was definitely like a more quiet year for
Yeah.
sure. Like I didn't really care to like put myself out there at all.
Yeah.
I definitely don't care to do that now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right.
it's facts.
So I have a question for y'all.
So,
Okay.
So recently, Pop Smoke died.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about
Yeah.
that. Crazy.
Crazy.
Like, did it affect you guys in any way? Like, what do you guys feel about that?
Yeah. So it was funny because like, just recently, me and Steve have been like we heard his new song with Travis.
Gotti. You know Gotti?
Yeah.
Like me and him just like
Fire.
we
10 out of
we
10
fell in
song.
love with the song.
Yeah, we
play it
literally, like,
every
fell in
day.
love with
Big
it, and, like,
attachment to the song.
Like I'll say this because I saw that he was born in 1999.
Yeah.
Like whenever that is, early, late. Like as somebody who wants to get into music and like would love to do what he did at such a young age, like it's
Yeah.
so sad to see. Like he's a year ahead of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he died. Like
That's
damn near our
he's a
age.
year ahead of
Oh.
us.
Like
Yeah.
I won't say I listened to him like a lot by any
Right.
means. Like I heard a couple songs here and there. Like I think he had
Yeah.
one with Drake and stuff. But
Yeah, he did.
it was more like some kid died at 21.
Yeah.
He wasn't
And
even
he was
20. He was
up in-
20.
He was
and
20.
dude,
yeah.
And
20.
think about how like the percentage of actually making it is so slim.
Yeah.
So when you actually make it and then you like die, that's so sad.
But it's
Tragic.
oh man, I can. It's just crazy because like that's. I feel like that's me, bro. Like that's one of my homies. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's us. So why, man? It's just so young and it's crazy to see because he had so. I feel like he had so much potential.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know,
He was just hitting
Yeah.
the scene.
He was
Yeah,
about to hit.
Boys.
He was about to hit a
Yeah.
tour. Yeah,
That's
March 2nd.
That's why I didn't, because I didn't feel bad about finding out about him so late, because he's literally so new. Like you couldn't, like how long has he been popping?
Like probably I'd say since the Drake song, which was like a year and a half ago, I think. But
Was it?
or it might have been a year. It was.
I'm gonna
Let's
be
look it
honest
up.
with you. I've
What's it
never
called?
listened to that.
What song?
I think it was in.
But dude, no, I dead ass listen to Gotti like 4 times a day.
At least
It's
I
so
feel
good.
like either him
Maybe
or
I'm tripping and they didn't have a song.
featuring him or something.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that
I'm
song.
tripping. They didn't have a song.
I guess.
I
Yeah.
might be thinking. I don't know.
No, yeah, he had a big song.
Yeah,
I
there
know
was
he
some
did.
big song that I heard
Yeah.
him on. But
I
it's
think
crazy.
it was Gotti though. I feel like that was well. I mean,
Scotty,
It's
like that
probably
put
his
him on the
biggest
map
song.
for sure. That really helped him get up there.
And the thing about me and Chuka were talking about it, Pop really brought drill beats where there's not much kick. It's all like that 808 just going
right,
woo, woo,
right.
woo, woo,
Well, I mean,
and bouncing.
I don't mean to like be riding anybody, but like Bobby Shmurda, I feel like he.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys listen to
Yeah.
like any of these keep up with videos and whatnot, but like I feel like Bobby Shmurda was coming out the east, like
Well, what's that song? What's that song he has?
The
it's
most famous
Hot Boy?
one.
Hot Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hot
is
Boy,
it?
yeah.
Is it
Hot
where he
Boy,
like throws the
yeah.
hat up and everything?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that
yeah.
the beat of
Yeah.
that song
And he's
is
from New York.
is
isn't
the
he?
first of its kind. Like it is so. As soon as you hear it, you love it. It's hard,
Yeah.
and it started beats like that with just. It was so hard.
It was
Like
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
But now, like, you see artists coming out of, like, New York. What was that one Mike showed us? They're crazy. It was, like,
Oh,
the people
was,
that,
I
like...
was with you. That was
Yeah.
It was the people who brought up like 6ix9ine. It was just
Yeah.
they were like rapping,
Dude,
screaming
who?
into the mic,
Whoa.
just screaming
They're
into the mic. Like
crazy.
it wasn't
Like,
even like I'm gonna be honest, it
screamo?
was not good. Like dead ass. It like have you ever heard the screamo like rock music? Like you know what that is?
Like Peep, like Lil Peep. Is that what?
Does
that
he
be?
like have you
Yeah.
ever heard the old rock bands that like just scream into the mic? And they,
Okay,
like,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that, but in rap.
Yeah.
It just was gross sounding. Like it just wasn't good.
It was
Yeah.
well, it was like
Because like
crazy.
you can like be angry and scream and rap and it sounds good, and they were doing like the opposite. Like it just did not sound good.
But the
Yeah.
music video, it had like the people like doing like PCP and like a dude like doing heroin in the
Oh,
music
they-
video.
yeah,
oh,
the
I've
dippers.
seen that video
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, no, it had
Yeah.
Like shooting
it had,
guns
like,
in the
Yeah,
streets.
It had like
yeah.
11
Jesus.
million views.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wilding out.
yeah. It's crazy.
Dude, dippers. I watched the whole documentary on like the little cigarettes you dip in PCP.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy. People do that. You just
People
told
make
me about that.
so much money off of it. Cause like they get PCP in gallons, like a gallon thing, like a
Mhm.
Yeah.
gallon of milk, but it's pure drugs. And they'll just start like they'll divvy it out to like their little dishes.
Is PCP like it's an
I have no
amphetamine? Is it?
Yeah,
I have no
it
idea
starts
what
as
it
a
is.
it's like a pill. Like
Okay.
the normal way of taking it, I'm pretty sure is like you grind it up and you snort it or you like
You
smoke
have something
it.
to tell us?
No, dude. I watched this whole documentary. I would never do
Yeah,
it.
no,
I would
I've seen it.
Never.
I know
I
what
would
you're talking
weak.
about.
But
It follows like one of the people that do
somehow some person made it into a liquid, right? Like however they do that, and like they would put it in their dishes and like a cigarette like this big, and like they would just dip the tip in, so it's like maybe this much, and like it's just a cigarette, and people smoke it, and they just
Is that what the guy
Just
in
get crazy.
Florida?
probably PCP.
Do you know what?
I mean,
Probably
Florida,
like
that
honestly,
sounds about right.
there's
A
like a
lot of shit
90%
goes down
chance
there.
it's
No, the guy
PCP.
that ate the guy's face. Do you?
Oh,
do you
yeah.
Oh, is that
The
what
yeah.
that
zombie
was
thing.
on?
Yeah.
It was
I
probably
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
honestly like you're not in reality, and you don't have any feeling. Like if someone stabbed you or shot you, you would just go. You wouldn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
Like there's videos of people on PCP trying to get like stopped, like tasers, guns,
Yeah.
anything, and they just keep going.
Yeah,
It's
they don't
insane.
go down.
Yeah, like literally
But-
until they like get
yeah.
until they die. Like you have to kill them to stop them if
There's-
they're on a rampage.
There's some of those drugs that are just like ruin people.
At what cost?
Yeah, but they just like ruin you. But there's some like mushrooms. Like,
Yeah.
people use it for like,
Well,
you know
dude,
what I'm saying,
think
like
about
spiritual type
Oh,
things.
yeah.
think
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I think the most popular drug is caffeine.
It
Oh,
is.
It has to be.
If
And think about how many
there's like an
millions
argument
of people.
if caffeine's like considered as a drug, but I think it is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
and it is by far.
No,
the most
dude, I'll never forget when I was working at Tough Shed. One of the guys, I was not feeling it that day. Like obviously, I wasn't feeling it every day, but like that day, I was just feeling sick. I was like, I'm really tired. Can I go take a break? Like, can I go sit down for like 10 minutes? And he's like, here, take this. And he just had like a little caffeine packet, and he poured it in my water bottle, and I just downed the whole thing.
Wow.
And in 5 minutes, I was like off my ass. Like I had so much energy, I could have done anything.
This is a little
That's wild.
caffeine pill. I don't know how many milligrams it is, but I've only taken them one time and it was not good.
But no, caffeine is a drug.
Caffeine,
yeah, it
I
is for
felt
sure.
different, 100%.
Yeah. Like coffee, dude. Coffee in the morning. Like I damn near need it.
Really?
Like I go like I probably
No,
drink
you're-
coffee 4 out of them.
No, yeah, you're getting close to like being consumed, like
Dude, but
you
my sleep,
needing
like
it.
my sleep, how fucked up my sleep is demands. Like,
Yeah.
I can't go out with.
Yeah.
I need it.
You got
You
yeah.
know
else
what's
I
so
die.
ironic? I used to work at Starbucks, but I never drank coffee.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Starbucks was a cool job. Like coffee or?
No, like
No,
working
just
there.
Starbucks.
Oh, it's pretty all right. It's
Yeah.
not bad. Depends on which one you work at. I didn't have a cafe in mind, so I was pretty chilling, just a drive through.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
Well, when,
So
you
you
worked
didn't
at
have
the
to
one
ever
at
deal
Murray,
with
right?
anyone.
Nah, South Salt Lake.
Oh,
It was
Oh,
just a
really?
little shack. Yeah.
So what other music? What other artists are you into, Diego?
In my rotation right now.
Yeah, give me your rotation.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Lately, I've been listening to old ASAP, Flatbush. They're pretty tight.
I like
SoundCloud.
Flatbush.
Isaiah Rashad's nice too.
Yeah, Isaiah
Oh.
Rashad is nice.
He need to drop something.
Yeah, it's been what 2 years?
Something like that, man. Still
Yeah.
bumping his old stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah. I'm into. I know me and Steve, we listen to Trippie Redd a lot.
Yeah,
so-
like lately, I just
Yeah.
like Trippie Redd because like he's just vocally very talented.
He does have
can
a good
sing.
voice.
He can
Like,
sing
he
very
does
well,
have a
and
good
I
voice.
appreciate it.
And like it's
Yeah.
nice to get away from just like straight rapping,
Yeah.
rapping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like how he implements
Yeah.
like
Sound.
singing and
do you guys
sounds.
mess with like R&B?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Dreezy's nice.
Yeah, I
She's-
love
ooh,
Dreezy. Yeah,
she's
she's
nice.
really good.
SZA.
Do you like Brent Fayez? Do you know who that is?
I've never heard.
Who else?
Do you know what?
Roy Woods. Do you know?
I know who Roy
Yeah,
Woods is.
Yeah,
Roy Woods
that
I
is
EP.
love Roy Woods.
EP.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's that EP even
What's-
called?
Access.
Yeah.
It's one of the. I think it's one of the best EPs.
Oh, it's super good.
What's
Very beautiful.
like? What's your? Give me your top 3 of all time artists.
Whoa.
Like, oh, come on, man, you can't put me
All
on the spot like
time.
that. That's crazy. Like who I personally like.
Yeah, like the top 3 artists who have most like, I guess, influenced you and like been a part of your life.
Okay, J. Cole. He was there through my adolescence, so put him up there.
Charlie loves J. Cole.
He's yeah.
Yeah. His favorite.
Playboy Cardi. Nah, don't hate
He's
me.
been
but
because he's been
he was-
around. He's been
yeah.
around for sure.
Dude, what's that song? That song we went crazy to for like a month.
Pissy Pepper.
Yeah, like the
which
The
one?
leak. That song has
the song that
came out,
it's
yeah.
like he says neon a bunch. Yeah, it's piss.
Oh,
it's called
yeah.
Pissy
Don't even
Pepper.
try and sing it.
Oh,
It went
crazy.
that was
horrible.
that was big on everyone's scale.
Yeah, and it wasn't. It
Yeah.
hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah.
He has so many leaks.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
messed up how
funny.
he's not
Okay,
making any
his-
money off
his-
that.
yeah. If any album comes out, it's gonna already be heard. Like
Yeah.
most. Of
But
the
like
songs
you'd
are
think by
probably-
now he'd have it locked down.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
Who's
not at all.
who's leaking these, bro?
For real.
He's got to check his circle. For
Yeah.
real.
Straight
Someone's
up.
I
getting
need
in
the
his hard
plug.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Send me every leaked.
Yeah. I like a lot of like Juice World leaks. Like he has so much unreleased music. It's crazy.
So, Drake or not Drake? J. Cole, Playboy Cardi, and who else?
Dang. I don't want to say Chance. I was looking at that and I was like, well, Chance.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. Old school. Outcast. For sure.
Outcast. Okay.
Yeah.
My top 3. Dude.
I couldn't pick because like
Yeah.
for me I instantly start thinking of like 30 different bands like from like
Yeah.
back then. Like Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of my top of all time.
Yeah.
But like yeah, I don't know. Just because like my dad raised me on like weird music.
Did you ever listen to Nirvana?
Yeah,
Did you-
yeah.
Oh,
Nirvana's great. But like yeah, just that time period.
Yeah.
Beautiful music. Just before like mainstream hip hop and stuff really started coming into play.
Uh-huh.
I love like music
Like
like,
bands. Yeah.
that. But yeah, I don't know.
I grew up on more like Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Mm,
for real.
My
Like
brother.
I couldn't name one Chris
Yeah.
Brown song.
Because like we hated the. I don't know if he did, but I hated the music. Like my family listened to like country, and I hated it. And so it's like Chris Brown was the go-to.
So
back then.
you naturally. But no, I would say I couldn't pick, dude. I really couldn't.
Yeah.
I would say like Led Zeppelin's one of them. They're like the greatest rock band of all time.
I've
Like,
been listening to Led Zeppelin as well.
You like
been
them?
one of those shit,
Yeah. dude, they're so good. Like as far as skill, like I don't think anyone competes with them. Like their drummer is so
Right.
good.
Well, there's Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. You listen to Black
Yeah,
Sabbath
okay.
as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't listen to them,
Pink
but
Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Bro, The Wall.
Oh yeah.
The Wall definitely. The Wall changed my life for
The
sure.
Wall.
The Wall.
I-
yeah.
The
I
Wall,
literally,
what are
like-
you talking about the wall.
Just you'll discover it
What
naturally.
you know
It'll
about
change
the
your life.
wall?
I know.
It'll
No,
change
I
your life.
haven't, like,
There's a
listened to
movie. There's
that
so
type
much
of-
history.
Is that like to do with the music that
Yeah,
you're
it'll
talking
change your
about?
life.
Yeah, I haven't dipped my toe
Dude,
in that.
I
yet.
might
Yeah.
have to give it a
But
listen. I'm
it's,
open to that type of thing.
I'm
But
open to it, but I just
but
haven't.
dude, it's
gotten
different
around to
because
it.
the whole album is like about his mom.
Okay.
And so like if you have connections with anything like in the album, it just like hits home.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
like
okay.
so like, yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a crazy
I see.
album.
Yeah,
You know
I
what's a
see
good
what
way
you
to find new music as well? Pandora.
That's fast.
Pandora?
I used to do that a lot when
Yeah,
I was little.
like-
I've never been into Pandora.
Dude,
I
you
have.
need to get on.
Like
it.
I've never.
If you're ever sitting there like, damn, I kind of want some new. Like if you get on Pandora for like an hour, dude, you'll find hell. Like even
They're
just
good.
find an artist.
You can like literally, it's a station that plays
Yeah.
similar
Like
artists.
you just
that.
you type in any music you like,
Yeah.
and it'll just keep it going. It's
Yeah.
great. Carl, give me your top 3 artists of all time.
My top 3.
Yeah.
I can't.
Dude,
There's no way I could think of 3.
Right.
Not even 10.
I think
Hold on,
Drake.
talking about my top 3 may change as well.
Yeah.
Like, I
Oh,
can't
of course.
remember,
It's
like-
always. Mine's more or less stable, but like it's always open to change. Like I'm not.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
like
not
I don't know.
married to anyone.
Let's do this. Let's not say most.
No, I just have 3 artists that like come to my mind that just have really like I can like trace back throughout my life and be like, yeah, they were
Okay.
there.
But let's do. Should we finish up like the top 3, or should we do like the most influential album, or like the
Oh,
most
that's
impactful
good.
album, because
That's
that's
good.
easier
Okay.
to pick.
That's
But
not easier to pick.
I don't know.
Actually,
That's
it might
pretty
be.
good.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know
Might
about
be.
the.
I'm gonna pull
not
out
the
the
I like
phone.
that,
I'm gonna
though.
pull out the
Right,
phone.
you
I
can.
like that a lot.
Because
better.
I have
I'm
one
gonna
right
pull out
off the top of
phone.
my head that like crazy, like totally,
Really?
yeah,
Off the top.
17 by X,
Okay.
which is like
Wait, which
I don't
one
want to
is
see him.
that?
I don't want to see him,
No, yeah.
but like
Which one
that
is that?
album is
Is
beautiful.
that the first one?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's
it's this one right here with that cover.
That was his first album.
Was
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was his first like debut album that wasn't like SoundCloud.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
just
yeah.
like hard.
So with like Jocelyn Flores and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
no.
a crazy.
But
album.
no, like that,
Yeah.
like just like how my life was playing out, and that when it dropped, it just like
No, it matched up perfectly.
yeah,
You're right. It
perfectly,
was the same
and
for me.
I latched onto that album for like 2 months.
What other?
But I wouldn't say that's like the most influential, like most impactful. But just off the top, like
Can you give me
It
like
was a
your
good album.
actual?
It was a good
then?
album.
probably The Wall. Honestly,
Is that
like
who?
you
who's
have no
that by?
idea. That album is great. Like you know,
I know.
that album's crazy.
Who's
Like it
that by?
has
Black
Pink
Sabbath.
Floyd.
Fuck, you fucked me up.
Is there one by Black Sabbath
I think so.
called The Wall?
I don't know.
But no, yeah, Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
The Wall.
What
Go
else?
ahead.
Well, do you have one?
No.
You can't pick an album.
No.
Like not one single album.
Actually, yeah, no. There's too many. I can't. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean that's understandable.
Okay, give
Yeah.
us like just a good one that just crossed
Like,
your mind. Like just one.
Graduation was nice by Kanye.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, what's the one by Kendrick? His very old one.
Section 80.
Good
Yeah.
Kid- Oh, Section 80.
Was
It
it?
Good
might
Kid, Mad
be, yeah.
City.
Or Mad City, yeah.
The
Mad
one
City.
with Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
I
I've
listen
been
to that one
listening
too
to
much.
that
Yeah.
all the time lately. Actually, it's amazing.
That's a classic.
Dude, I hate like Drake. Like Drake is just so good to me. Like it's I don't know. Like everyone loves Drake, but
Yeah.
for some reason he just rings so fat with me. And so like
Well, he's been reigning for what, like 10 plus years, bro.
he won the decade. He won the decade for sure.
Right.
Oh,
Artist
There's
of the
no
decade.
argument about it.
Well, he was popping in
He was popping.
2008.
Yeah, he was popping in the late 2000s
Yeah.
with his early shit.
Yeah.
And then
like best I
the
ever
2000
had.
and then the 2010s
That one
is
was
when he
nice.
really just was like, yeah, he's
He
he's
took it.
he's
He
goated.
took over.
He's
Yeah.
goated for sure. But like
That's crazy that he really goaded up like 2010.
Yeah.
And he just reigned.
Yeah.
Literally reigned.
reigned. No one has touched him.
Yeah.
Like before we listened to him, he was reigning.
Like even someone when he dropped the care package with like all of his old songs,
yeah.
there was someone who had just dropped an album at that time, and they were number 2, and they were like, you know, I'm number 1. Like it's
I
Drake.
remember
Like
seeing
yeah, you
that.
know,
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know.
talking about. Like
I
it's
know
Yeah.
what
Drake.
you're
Like
talking
I don't know what to do. Like we're not touching Drake.
Yeah.
That's
And it's
funny.
fact.
Anything he drops at this point will blow.
Well, it's
Like,
gonna go number 1, even if
Yeah.
it's just him sitting on the mic talking out of his ass for 12 songs.
No.
It's gonna go to number 1.
No, he could literally sit down like we are right now and talk into the mic for 2 minutes. Go number 1.
Yeah.
Just
By
just
far.
talking, no beat,
Yeah.
nothing, just his voice, number
Yeah.
1. Because it like
Because he's Drake.
honestly, yeah.
Like, and there's
It
certain
would.
people who have that status.
I wonder what like day in the life of Drake. Like what does he do in a day? Do you
Oh.
think?
Chill with the Donis.
Right.
Kicks it with the Donis, man.
Babysits.
Did you watch the? It was like a
Probably.
3-hour
Yeah,
documentary.
I watched the whole thing.
The first
Rap
thing-
Radar interview.
Yeah, the first thing I can remember is the guy introduces him and he's like, "There's no argue about it. Like
So that's
you're
just like-
artist of the decade." Like that was the
Oh,
first thing they
oh,
introduced.
yeah.
Like that I can remember, and like it's facts.
mhm.
It was
like,
crazy. That
it's
that interview was crazy. That Drake like actually. Do you know what we're talking about?
I know
The-
the interview that
I'm
you're
sure
talking
you've
about,
seen
but
clips
I've-
on Twitter because they've like gone
Yeah.
all over Twitter.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
haven't-
they have.
Drake deadass opened up for 3 hours in this interview.
In like
it
his
was
living room, wasn't it?
damn,
In his
yeah.
own house. Yeah.
And he talked about Adonis
Yeah.
and all the shit with. I don't even know if he talked about Kanye, but it was crazy. What a crazy interview.
Mhm.
Still have yet to listen.
You should, dude.
I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I'm slacking.
You really.
I think I
should.
fell asleep and like woke up and like finished it throughout the next day, but it's literally like 3.5 hours, maybe almost 4 hours long.
Did you watch the Dreamville
Uh-uh.
documentary?
The Revenge of the Dreamers one.
Yeah.
it
Uh-uh.
was so good.
How
You
long
didn't
is
see
that one?
It was like 30 minutes.
Something like that.
Well, then we both have videos we need
It's
to
just
watch.
them making the Revenge of the Dreamers 3 in the studio.
You didn't even get to see J. Cole in the.
It barely barely showed him. It really barely showed him.
That
three
was-
scenes.
That was a really crazy album. Lyrically, like, there was crazy
Yeah, no,
verses
it
in
was.
the
Do you
album.
think Kendrick pulled up into the studio?
Oh yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
because I think he sent his verse or whatever, because he was in Under the Sun.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he just sent that shit in.
But
Cause
you
like
don't think he was in the stew with J. Cole?
at the time
Well, I mean, making the album. You don't think he might have
stopped
just
in.
stopped
Well,
in?
dude, actually, I believe he did because
Dude, sometimes
it was being recorded
sometimes
over
just
like
the
a period
presence,
of like a month.
presence of someone there helps.
It's a
Yeah.
theory.
Get
but
Kendrick
I mean,
in here.
because we still waiting on the album from Kendrick and Cole. If you don't
Dude,
remember, they
yeah,
had
no.
the Black Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
And it's just never been heard. And I'm convinced that it's all like there's an album recorded and just sitting there and undiscovered, untouched, with dust all over it.
Just gigabytes and gigabytes of
Yeah.
music.
Of amazing songs between the two. Besides Drake, the two
Yeah.
other goats of this generation.
up there for sure.
Who else?
Taylor Swift.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking about like hip hop music.
Oh.
I mean,
I was thinking stats, numbers. Like,
oh no.
I feel like there's. Have you seen a tier? Like the tiers? Have you guys ever seen like there's tier 1, 2, 3, 4,
So
and I feel like they're in tiers.
so
Yeah.
let's do.
who's all the who's the tier ones?
How many
right
tiers
now?
are there?
Whew.
With like the
Um,
greats.
I mean,
let's
there
say
could
all the
be-
greats.
There could be any. I mean, 3 tiers.
Let's do 3 tiers.
That's a. But I mean, it just depends on who you feel like. Drake, Cole, Kendrick, tier
Oh, that's
1
tier 1 for
for
sure.
sure. Tier 2 probably like
A$AP Rocky.
Rocky's up there.
X.
I
I would put him.
maybe-
I would put him tier 3.
Yeah.
I'd
No,
put him
Yeah,
two.
tier, no,
no,
three.
you're tripping.
I
I'd
feel
give
like
him
th-
3 for sure.
3.
I feel
Okay.
like
Okay.
3. You're
People
tripping.
like I'll say this like even from what I said on his last album that I love, like people make him out to be more than he really was.
Like, it's,
Like
it's too much of an argument for him.
he
to be
left
a
his
two.
mark and he was great, but like he's not a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By any
You know what I'm
means.
saying? Like there's legends like the Beatles and stuff. That's legends.
Yeah.
And like in 20 years Drake will be like a legend and all that. But yeah.
Who's another tier 2?
Like already he's forgotten about, kind of like no one really talks about him or anything.
Yeah.
At least for my social media I don't see him much.
Yeah.
Same.
That's weird.
Yeah. Like if Drake died, you would
Dude, that would be
see a
the-
post about it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Every day.
That'd be like Kobe level.
I don't know.
I'm already
That'd be
seeing
Well,
Kobe
think
level.
about Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. He died.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He was great.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
that was probably the last death that was Kobe level. Like Michael Jackson, I could
But
be
you also have to
tripping.
consider the time digitally that they reigned. Like Michael
True,
Jackson, there wasn't
true.
people didn't have their smartphones.
Yeah.
They
Like
weren't
if
downloading-
Drake died,
yeah.
everyone's got like something Drake related on their phone.
That's how like Drake's like kind of undeniably a goat
Yeah.
because like he's just come up in an age where he's accessible to everyone,
yeah.
and like that's how his music just sells and sells and
Yeah,
sells and
but,
sells
like,
and sells.
Yeah.
I bet I know I have a meme that has Drake in it on
Oh,
my
yeah,
phone saved.
100%.
Like everyone's got something Drake
Yeah.
on their phone,
Yeah.
music, picture.
Well, I got all his music. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're following one of his
Yeah.
accounts. Like literally, I would argue like every American
Everyone has something to
that
do
has a
with Drake.
smartphone,
Everyone has
Yeah.
something to do
every
with Drake.
single American, I
dude,
would
you
argue.
gotta have Drake.
Yeah,
For real.
because it's Drake,
A-list.
man.
Yeah.
It's the
crazy.
GOAT. He's the GOAT for sure.
Yeah.
Diego, are you still you're still friends with most of the kids that you kind of were in high school, right?
Yes. Most of them. All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
That's good
Still
because I
kicking.
know a lot of people like after high school,
Right.
like are just like they just like split apart and are just like do
It
their own
happens.
thing. Yeah,
It's part of life.
that's cool, man.
Yeah, no, like I think about that a lot. Like our group, like it'll stay as close as it can for as long as it can, but like who knows, you know?
Well, as of right now, with all the stuff we have going on with the music
it'll
and the
stay so
podcast, like
tight.
there's just too much keeping us together.
Yeah, like
writing
Dylan.
on it.
Dylan has to call me at least 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Like has to. He
Yeah.
has to for something like
for life,
bro this
to
or
live.
how do I this? Like he has to.
Yeah.
Literally like or Carl and like sometimes like we just
Even
we
I
just
text-
have
I
to talk to
te-
each
I
other.
text you all the time for
Yeah,
stuff.
we
too.
have to
like
talk
it's
to
just
each
like a
other.
circle. Like or I'll
Yeah.
text him all the time.
Or the
for
group
stuff.
chat.
Yeah.
We have a sickocast group chat.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we
That's-
literally have we have too many.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs to. Everything needs to happen that way.
But
to
yeah.
move. There's too many moving parts.
But like,
Yeah.
dude, like, how crazy is it like to say that we're gonna be 40 and hanging out? like 40 years old.
I think
That's so long from now.
Yeah, like
That's so.
it
long
is,
from
but
now.
that's
depending on
crazy.
what happens with all of this,
Yeah.
will determine if it's like that.
yeah,
Because
it's
if
true.
this pans out the way we think it's going to, then it's going to be like
Yeah,
that
for sure.
But if it doesn't, then then it probably isn't going to be like 40 years old and we're just kicking it, you know?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of
Weird.
like. I know there's some people who are still homies with their high school friends.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
I think it's good to just. I think like at least something I believe in is like, obviously you can't hold every like relationship throughout your whole life, but like leave every relationship on good terms, like.
That's
Yeah.
staying in Utah too.
Yeah,
though,
like-
for the rest of you. Like if you're gonna be homies with the same homies, that's
Yeah,
like you
like
all stay.
like
in
everyone
Utah.
I know, I would say that like I'm on good terms with.
Yeah.
I would not have a problem seeing anyone that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Like,
you
you know what I'm saying?
Do you think are you planning on staying in Utah?
It's tough to decide right now. I feel like I don't want to, obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean, this is hometown for me, so I wouldn't mind staying here.
Are you one of those people that are like, I hate Utah, like it's a horrible
No,
place. Like
no.
it's
No,
you
Good.
understand
no,
it's a great
good.
place.
And you guys,
yeah.
you guys were talking about it on
Yeah.
earlier episodes. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, dude, like, no one's stopping you from leaving. Like,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
wanna
like-
then
like, go,
You can
for real,
go.
go.
Like,
Stop complaining.
Utah's a good. I like it here.
Yeah.
Like-
It's not bad.
The people are nice. No
Right.
matter, like people are alright.
I think
We do
for
our
me,
thing.
just like we've almost been here 20 years. Like I don't know if I'm gonna settle down in Utah, but I at least want to have something in Utah, like
Yeah,
a condo, a
A
house.
reason to be here.
Yeah, it's a reason to come here. Like I'll probably always have family here, so like that's obviously a reason.
Yeah.
But like a place here, like if I ever get super successful and I just have money out my ass, like I'll buy a place in Utah for sure,
Yeah.
a resort, something.
Where would you go though, other than Utah? Where could you live?
Oregon for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it's a dope setup.
I
there.
heard Ohio's nice.
Like just places where no one is, like Idaho too. Like Idaho.
I could live in New York if I was
Hell,
very
I couldn't do
if I was
that.
very set up.
Hell
If I was very
That's-
set up.
yeah.
Because when I
Yeah.
visited, the vibe was like I loved it.
Dude,
Like,
I
as
just
soon as I
couldn't-
stepped off the plane, I was like, I'm
I just
in New
couldn't do
York.
the robot. I just couldn't do that robot like living in a stacked up.
No, but that's what I'm
bunch of
saying. Like if
people.
I was very set up and I had money, I could do what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like New York, like it's so
you could
cool.
just own it.
It is so cool.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably cool. There's everything on every corner. There's like a huge river that goes through everything. New Jersey, you can see it at all times. Like it's crazy.
I've never been.
Yeah, you have to go. As soon as you get off the plane, you're like, it's a different feeling.
Is
You
it?
got- yeah,
'Cause
I'm
have you ever been
serious.
to San Francisco? Have any of you
Yeah.
been?
Yeah,
I've been.
yeah.
It's a different. It's
Yeah.
like different there.
There's
too.
places in Cali. I don't know. LA doesn't really do it to
Have
me,
you-
but
LA. Have you been to LA?
it's just like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm in
I
LA.
visited.
It's
I don't
cool.
know.
I'll tell you right now, it's dirty. It's dirty.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's dirty as hell. But I mean,
you don't want to go to
it's definitely
California
a vibe.
just to go
It's
to
like
LA.
when you're in the like on the streets that everyone talks about, like rodeo and that type of stuff. Like it's definitely a vibe, but it definitely doesn't surmount to like what people think of. Like LA is the place where everything happens, and no matter where you go, like magical shits are on the street.
Yeah,
No. A place I do like though is Vegas.
I do
Wow.
like Vegas. I couldn't.
Really?
Dude, I don't know. Yeah,
We-
you
we
guys
visit,
love
like,
Vegas
once a
for some
year,
reason.
like,
You
with our
guys
friend
just love
group.
Vegas.
Like one of my homies has like a hotel that's just it's a huge hotel. Like it's not
I
theirs,
guess
but
it
like
just depends on what you do, huh?
yeah, but like it's 20 minutes from the strip. It's so fun.
I feel like
You guys
it's-
just find ways
Vegas
to make
is
it fun.
just
Yeah.
as dirty as LA, though.
It
Oh,
is.
Vegas
for
is
sure.
dirty.
Well, dude,
Yeah.
For sure.
the incentive of Vegas is dirtier,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like as a city, I don't know. Like LA is pretty
There's-
grimy.
It
Yeah.
just like
Vegas
dirty
is
stuff
clean
goes
though.
on.
Like
Right.
They do
both
like
places.
Fremont Street.
Like-
You would think would be like trash. It's always clean.
yeah, like all the casinos are like there's no like garbage.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I could do Vegas.
there's
People-
not homeless
oh,
people
man.
in Vegas like
People
there is in
live
LA,
there
though.
too, man.
Yeah.
Like that's so
Like, that's
crazy.
their
I don't know
daily
how
Like on
thing
the
people
is-
do it.
outskirts.
I don't
Yeah,
know
but
how
the
people
daily
do it.
thing isn't the strip though.
But dude, think about that. Like
Yeah.
your Friday night, you're
Oh
you're,
yeah, that's
you're
true.
at the strip. Where else are you going?
Dude,
Right.
home. I don't know.
Chilling.
Chilling.
Yeah, but
Like we don't go to downtown Salt Lake every day.
well, I'm also thinking
Or
with the
every
mindset
weekend.
of I go there once a year. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so cool. But
And,
like
like,
if you
to
live
them,
there,
it's nothing.
obviously, like we don't go
Yeah.
to downtown Salt Lake every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So,
There's nothing. I mean, I guess there is cool stuff down there.
but once
like,
you've
we just don't
experienced
care.
it,
We've lived
like
here
once you live
forever.
there,
Right.
it's not as cool.
It's nothing. Nothing.
But yeah, I do like Vegas. It's fun. Like the
Yeah.
little shop across the way, and
Yeah.
there's like the McDonald's right by the hotel,
Yeah.
hot tub. Like it's a very nice.
It's
setup.
like a 10-minute drive to the strip, so it's not
Very-
that bad.
Yeah, it's a perfect location. Like it just works every time we go.
Would you live in a different country?
Definitely. I heard Sweden or Switzerland's nice.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I would go.
Amsterdam?
Yeah, Sweden, dude. And the thing
Where
about
did you go for that one? One camp.
it was we stopped in Amsterdam. Like literally just stopped there. And the airport was super cool.
In Amsterdam.
Yeah, it was
I
huge.
need to go.
Were there hookers in the
No,
in the airport?
no, no.
Waiting for you.
Yeah, no.
Trying to lure you.
But it was a crazy big airport, and then we went to Denmark. That's where it was Denmark. And I didn't. The only thing I experienced as far as Denmark was the people and like the culture and
Yeah.
like the vibe. I didn't experience like going anywhere. We were kind of kept at like that one camp place,
Yeah.
but like European people are so cool. Like they're so cool. Like
I
they
feel
just
like they're the most chill.
yeah. Like when we were the first day we got there, it's like everyone was showering. Like we got there.
What?
Shower.
Everyone
Well,
was
I mean, like the
showering.
first
What
day,
are
like
you
we all
talking
get
about?
there, we sleep, we all wake up, like everyone has to shower, and like
So
everyone.
what was your default to shower?
No, just listen. Everyone that was American was like so to themselves, like they were just waiting
Yeah.
with their towel, like, and everyone European was butt naked, like without
Oh.
question, butt
Just
naked, like
cocks ablazing?
shaking hands, like what's your name, like butt naked, like that's how they met each other. It was
It's like the sports mall.
like
or
they
the
just
sports
didn't
mall
care. It was
bathroom.
Europe, and it was so dope.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Are people just like nicer there than here? Because
I
I,
would-
feel like people here are kind of. Like,
I would say.
assholes
Oh, yeah,
sometimes.
I would
Definitely.
say because like every country that exists, like besides America, has like been around.
Yeah.
Like they've had their shit together.
Yeah.
We're like a 100 and not even 200 years old as a country, are we? Or are we 200? I don't know.
We're almost 300. I
Oh,
think.
300.
We're like
Almost.
halfway
But
there.
like
We're
you
200
compare that to
something, I
like China. It's been around for like
Thousands.
thousands of years.
Oh,
Like they've
beginning
been
of time.
China for
Yeah.
thousands of years.
the beginning, like literally the
So,
beginning
like-
of time.
So like different countries, people just don't like they don't argue. They just don't have reason. Like America was built with like, what do we got to do something. Like
it was like
bu-
built on the principle of like arguing to figure shit
yeah,
out.
like arguing and like
Yeah.
having to figure shit out, and
Yeah.
like every other country's just they've been fine.
Yeah, they've been
So
figured
yeah,
out.
like every other country, I feel like the natural. Well, obviously, if like there's crazy countries, but like most foreign countries, like the vibe is just like already set.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But it's just like even with like now with the elections and stuff going on.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's just
like
arguing
United
to
States is
figure it
just
out.
so on edge right now.
Yeah.
They've been on
It
edge,
Yeah,
like politically, just everything. It's
I
crazy.
try and like not even pay attention.
Everyone's
to that.
mad about something.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
like no, with anyone you can find
Mhm.
in the public space, everyone's always gonna be mad about something.
It's always split. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's always
100%.
split
Like when
between-
Obama was president, like half the
People
people I
hated
knew
him.
hated it.
Yeah.
They just could
Facts.
not
Yeah.
handle Obama.
Yeah.
And now that Trump's president, half the people just cannot handle
Yeah,
Trump. Like
some love him.
absolutely.
it just depends on.
Yeah.
It's just like
Some
Yeah.
people tolerate him. Some people absolutely love him. It's
Yeah.
weird.
yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know how you can like absolutely love a president. Like
I don't think
how
you
people
can
like
anymore.
you know, people like dedicate their
Yeah.
lives like loving a president.
Yeah.
Like
No.
they going, I will die for Obama, or
Yeah.
I will
like,
die for
like,
Trump. I'm
no.
like,
Whoa.
it
And
doesn't
I
affect
think-
my
dude,
life
I
that
think-
much for me to care.
I
you
think
know?
that's like a media fueled thing. Like they'll be like, go out on camera and say you love Obama so much you die for him, and
Yeah.
then they'll do it, and then it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like you
But
never
dude,
know what's real,
like-
honestly, these days.
Yeah. Like politics, like you can't get the perfect politic.
Oh no,
No,
There's
never
no
gonna
way.
be the
Yeah.
perfect
there's no
politician.
way. There's
Yeah.
no way. And you could like like whoever loves Trump the most in America still could say like bad things about
Like
him
there's
That's just how we're wired as well. Like,
to pick out.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always gonna be different sides no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
And that's like a very, especially in Utah, like judging, like just looking at people and like just judging them. That's such a
that's like a big thing, and people. I feel like sometimes people will hella overreact with like, oh, she was looking at me.
yeah.
So she
Like
hates me
judging
so much.
is a big thing here, and feeling judged is a big thing
Yeah.
here. Like
Would
girls
y'all-
especially.
Would y'all make a better president, dictator, or king? You gotta pick one. I feel like you can never be a good dictator though.
Nah,
'cause you
yeah.
Just with controlling everything, like
Yeah.
you'd have to fuck
You-
something up.
You're right.
You don't have a choice but
Right.
to fuck something up.
Yeah. No, dictator's like too much.
I
Yeah.
would maybe go king.
king would
Like,
be nice.
I think the UK's got their stuff figured out.
Dude, because you know the queen doesn't do jack shit.
Yeah.
She doesn't do anything.
And she's getting paid though.
She's the face,
But
yeah.
I think they have pretty good laws. Like,
She's the face
Yeah,
of the
no,
country.
but she's the face, and then she has people figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I know there's problems there, like there's problems here, but I mean,
It's
that'd be
like
lit
not
to
her
just
problem.
not
She's
do
just
it.
like,
It's not
it's
her
not my
problem.
problem,
Yeah.
right.
It's
So
not
and
my
a dictator would be her doing everything
Yeah.
herself. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can't even really do dictatorship in like businesses really.
Yeah.
Like a big corporate business. How?
It'd be hard to be the president though, because everyone, like, I mean, I guess no matter what, you're under scrutiny, but
Yeah.
like you'd want to I'd want to try and limit my own power. I feel like,
Yeah.
because like the idea of a president is so stupid. One person like commanding a whole country.
Yeah,
there
no,
needs-
at least
I know it's not really like that, but how we
Yeah.
have it set up, like electing one person to be the leader, like,
yeah.
come on.
At least like for me, like at least me personally, I would just get out of hand if I was a king or a dictator. Like I would just get out of hand. Eventually,
Yeah,
like
I'm feeling
if
it.
I
Power
reigned
trip.
if
Yeah,
I
power
reigned for like
trip.
60 years, by the end of the 60 years, like something's going
Yeah,
on.
I'd be
That's just
crazy.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like a president, I feel like it was more doable, because like you can't really do anything without the other branches like okaying it.
Yeah,
So
King
like,
would be nice.
yeah.
I'd be a king.
yeah.
but
Yes.
yeah, what
Shit.
I'd want to do is be a king,
Same
but what I could do the best is probably president. But like that's so hard being a president. No.
And then you're only in for what?
4 years,
4 years,
Yeah.
maybe
Like-
8.
maybe
Yeah.
8 if
Yeah.
you're lucky.
But dude, like people always think like what's so hard about being the president? But like even the speeches, like could you give a 45-minute speech in front of
No.
every person in
No.
America? No. That's next level hard.
Do you
Like,
do you even
that's-
know what like the day-to-day life of a president is? Like what do you think? Not, I feel like Trump's kind of a bad example because he's
Well,
just
it's-
chilling.
I
But,
feel like it's a
Like
lot.
Obama wakes up, what's he doing? Like
I-
what's Obama
it's a
doing?
lot. I feel like it's a lot of people are telling you what to do. You wake up, it's like,
Yeah.
Mr. President,
You
here's
gotta go
this,
do
and you got to be
this.
here at 8.
Yeah.
And then
Sign
after
this
that,
paper over.
yeah, like every day is already mapped out for you. I feel like, and you're just like the
Going-
face.
Yeah.
You're like the official sign of
Yeah.
everything. I don't know.
Yeah, and the president makes like $250,000 a year.
Yeah, I think that's their salary.
It's crazy, but like the
It's
thing
alright.
is literally everything else is paid for. Like you're just getting $250,000 just cause. Like
Yeah.
your food's paid for. Like eating at the White House, I guess.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it's
know.
it's
But like
it's
you're living there.
it's a free 250. Like it's not free, but in the sense of you didn't pay for anything, and then you're getting this
Yeah,
250. So,
yeah.
like, why would you pay for anything if you're the president? I wouldn't expect to pay for a damn thing.
Yeah.
You don't drive.
You can't even get arrested if you're the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
get arrested. You have to be like what is it called? Like unsworn? I don't
I
know.
couldn't
Yeah.
imagine a president doing a bad thing though. He has such a good face.
Like something to get arrested.
It's like
Right,
publicly,
right.
like punching someone,
Yeah.
or like obviously they do bad things, but
like with what's going on right now with the impeachment, like technically that's still breaking the law, but that's not like something crazy like he's going out and killing someone.
yeah, no, there's never gonna be like a video of the president, any president, like physically doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think. Like
I don't know.
President Trump runs
And butt ass naked
Runs as fast as
across
he
the
can
White
from,
House lawn.
like anything physical. Like they just stand and just
And just
do
chill.
their job.
'Cause
Sit.
they're under a microscope from 24/7.
24/7.
Would you like that? Being
Living-
under a microscope.
Hell
just
no! Like even
Every
being
movement.
like famous, like relatively famous, like who's a
How
good
do
I
you
don't
keep
know.
your
I mean, dude,
privacy?
it's different. Like it would feel different. Like if you're in public and you gotta go piss, you got like 3 dudes standing outside
Yeah.
the bathroom door. Like it's gotta feel cool.
like being like
in a sense.
like the Rock famous.
Yeah, like
Like I bet he's sick of that shit. Oh, I bet he's so sick of it.
No,
like
dude.
even though I know he goes out in the public and says like, "Yo, I love taking pictures," and like
no,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
At,
But I
at the
bet he's
core, they're
sick
so
of
tired.
that
They're
shit.
tired.
Yeah.
Celebrities are tired at the
But
end of the
he's
day.
been famous for so long.
Yeah,
The
no,
Rock,
he's got. he's-
WWE, he was in it, dude.
WWE, dude.
I'm gonna look up.
And then
how many-
movies.
He's
Oh
like
my
one of the
God.
top Instagram like reigning followers.
The Rock.
Yeah.
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 Dude,
gotta
he's
be.
just like a flawless man. I feel like he's just
Oh,
one of those perfect saints in the public.
172 million
eye.
followers.
Jesus Christ.
That's more than half the
A-list.
population of this country, dude.
That's more than like everyone's followers in Salt Lake combined. I don't know. I could
Probably
be just talking. About my
No, it's a lot.
it's
as
a
well.
lot.
Yeah.
That's
But,
a lot of followers.
That's
for
crazy,
one man.
dude.
Did
Yeah.
you like watch the WWE? Did you guys watch it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would wrestle with my
Dude,
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
I would wrestle with my friends on the
That
trampoline
had such a
in
bad
my
influence
backyard.
on us
Oh my
back
God.
then, bro.
Dude, we would just get on the
Wrestling.
trampoline and
They just
beat
let
the
us watch
shit
it.
out of each other.
I know.
Bad.
There was
We
like
would do Power
there was like a
Rangers
little
on the tramp.
step up by the trampoline we used, and you could dead ass jump over onto the tramp, and it was probably like what 7, 8 feet tall, and you could jump up and we would just land on each other,
Wow.
like they would do in the WWE.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah, and kill each other. It was not fun. I mean, it was so fun.
It was
but,
fun.
It was
Yeah.
not good
It
for
was-
us.
yeah.
We were just dying
Honestly,
out
though, like
there.
the WWE is like, you gotta love it, dude. It's so fun to watch.
At this point, everyone knows it, and everyone just watches it because it's just something fun to
Yeah,
watch.
it's just funny.
Everyone
It's
knows
different.
that it's bullshit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like every single person knows.
Yeah.
Is it still running?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know.
Stuff's
There's
still going on with it right
Yeah,
now.
they just barely.
as
I
we
just
speak.
barely saw an ad that was like a 6-man in the ring showdown. like recently.
They're still doing all this stuff with the WWE.
I mean, why shut the money down, dude?
Like,
I know
It's
there's
still
like
coming.
new.
Just
I see.
entertainment.
Well, I see like commercials on TNT for like there's a new wrestling. I don't know. I don't hear much about it. Do you
No,
know what I'm talking about?
There's a new thing. It's hilarious. It's a ring that's shaped like a rectangle, and on either side there's 5 people, like on each team, like 5 red, 5 blue, and they literally just go first person in line. They just fight, and if the right guy wins, he takes on the second guy.
Until their
Oh.
team is just
Yeah,
destroyed.
until it's literally out.
That's
Like until
wild.
it's all
That's
knocked, and
crazy.
it's all Russian, and it's
Whoa.
crazy.
Of course it'd be
Wow.
Russian.
And it's so
We know
funny.
the Russians
That's
are
It's
wild.
hilarious because the fights will like get pushed over, and like all the guys will like run around them, and like move around them, and like yeah, and
Do
it's
they ever like jump in and like
no,
throw
no, it's hilarious.
Have you seen the 5-on-5s? Have you seen the 5-on-5s?
like in the WWE.
No. Like actual 5-on-5.
Yeah, like Russian.
Like,
It's like,
right,
yeah.
you know what
Oh,
I'm talking
I think
about?
that's what I'm talking about. The 5-on-5s.
But
Is it like actual? It's like Russian. Like
like
Russian
no,
wrestling?
like you can. So like
There's 10
5-on-5.
people in the ring.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. At once.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah.
And then like
It's crazy.
Like the last team alive is win.
But no,
Right.
yeah,
That's
we
a
were
lot.
watching it, and
That's
this
crazy.
one guy, he's the first guy on like this team, and the other team, he went through every single person, like he
Like,
just
it
went
was
through
just
them all.
One guy just.
Yeah, because if you knock this guy down, you just take the next guy.
see no the
What-
5-on-5s like when they're all in the ring
It's
at
just
once and they
all at
all.
once.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
that's
all
monsters
different.
monsters.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what I.
That's
oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
That is.
Because
wow.
dude,
Because-
you gotta think like imagine like this guy like finishes him,
And he
and
just
then
goes.
and then it's a 2v1 right here,
Right.
and like imagine if you just
Oh.
instantly you get 2v1, like you can't win.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
That's the
getting
fun of
knocked.
it, though.
Yeah.
Like, dude, imagine if like
It's
all
the
5 people are alive, and then it's just one dude.
5v1.
And it's just 5 people. Just
No, but that's what it is. It's the first team to knock out one person, because then it's
no, but
instantly
like
a 5v4.
in this one where it's everyone
Yeah.
all at once. Like there's
Oh, yeah.
one dude left with 5 people in the ring. It's wraps.
It's tapping out.
It's wraps.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm running
There's
out.
Yeah.
nothing you can do at that point.
There's nothing.
Have you seen that like cheese sport where they like throw the block of cheese down the hill?
And
And
they're all
chase
running
it?
to
Yeah,
chase
they-
it
yeah,
down the
people
hill.
chase
Do they
it.
chase it on their feet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's like a
it's
steep ass hill.
crazy
Yeah.
hill.
Yeah.
Like
People,
there's
like,
no
get
way.
And
broken
people
bones
will
running
trip
down
and then
that.
they'll just tumble.
No,
all the
yeah,
way down
there's
the hill
there's
with
no
the
way I'd
cheese.
go down the hill like scooting on my butt. Like it's
Yeah.
that steep. It's
But the
very
dude,
steep.
like people try and jump and they'll just fly like 20 feet and just like
Yeah,
just
like, what-
snap their leg.
Yeah.
At what cost? But no, like whoever's first down the hill, like there's always some crazy prize, and you get
Yeah.
the cheese wheel and
Yeah.
whatever.
Do you
It's like
think
a
there's going to be
tradition.
another sport that like rises like the NFL, the NBA, or like football, basketball, soccer?
You think they're
That's-
gonna invent a new sport?
That's
like
a good
that rises. Like, I mean,
like
it
a
already could
like
be
a tier one
invented.
sport, like a tier one sport.
Yeah.
Another one, another
Like the
tier one
UFC
sport.
did. It was only boxing before.
Yeah, I would
Till
say the
UFC.
UFC
Yeah,
is
but the
probably the most
UFC
recent.
The UFC is different because that's a sport that's been around longer than anything.
But it wasn't like
No,
televised.
not boxing.
Or just
Hand on hand fucking
Yeah, like-
combat.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
Like that's
and,
been
like,
around
yeah.
longer than any
So you're
sport.
saying, like-
so like I'm saying like a game invented
Yeah.
that is like comes
that,
out.
that actual like not just another rendition of something.
Yeah.
Like an
Yeah.
actual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how the XFL, like that's just football.
Right. Yeah. It's
Is
like
it
just
arena football?
No, it's football. It's like it's like a second, but it's like I think the rules are like a little bit more like lenient, like so you can just fuck each other up. Yeah.
But it's literally football.
Yeah, it's
and
football.
No, like the kickoff, they kick it off and no one can move until the receiver catches the ball, and then they run.
Yeah. And it's just set up for big plays. Like, it's set up to be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. And, like, it's doing pretty good. Like, this is the first real season I think it's been going.
Is the NFL, like, scared?
I don't think so, because it's, like, kind of two different things. Like, the NFL's more put together and serious.
There's just,
like,
I mean, they just had their 100-year ceremony.
The NFL?
Yeah, like, there's no way they're, like scared.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Powerhouse.
The
NFL's been getting into some shit. Like,
they got the Super Bowl.
Isn't the Super Bowl the second most watched thing in the world?
Probably.
Or is it in America?
Besides
in America.
Like, the World Cup game is probably the number one.
FIFA's number one.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Isn't the World Cup this year?
No. It was.
Isn't it every 4 years?
Yeah, it was 2018.
Oh,
so it's gonna be like
it was that long.
2022.
Yeah, it'll be 2022. I can't remember if it's in. I can't remember. Like, there's that story about it was like in Qatar or something. They were doing crazy labor to build stadiums.
Oh.
Like before the next one, like they're literally just busting ass building stadiums.
Wasn't it controversial because like they have no money? Like it's like countries with no money, like putting all their money towards these games.
Yeah.
Like at the Olympics, that shit.
And then they're just they'll find like 10,000 people and just throw them in super tough hot labor all day
to build it.
Build.
Like that happened with Rio when the Olympics were in Rio.
Yeah.
They don't even use the arenas afterwards.
They don't even use them.
No. It's a big stain on like the country. Well, like for instance, when they did it in Brazil, they had like just like think about I-15. You're driving like northbound, so to the right, they put up like huge walls so that like visitors couldn't see like all the slums of Brazil.
Wow.
Because like all the gross neighborhoods, like just gross to the eye, to like people like us.
Yeah.
And like people were like, it was controversial. People were like, let them see the real Brazil. And like, it was a big thing.
It's messed up that they even picked it. Like they shouldn't pick it to do someplace where the money can go to somewhere way better, where all the people are starving and living in slums. In nasty conditions.
No, like they literally just they just picked a place with enough space.
They won the bid or whatever, and they just put their money to that.
And it's really it comes down to who's got the most money too. Yeah. Like FIFA has.
No, it does. For sure.
You couldn't imagine how much money FIFA has, like just as a corporation. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like all of them, like the NCAA too. That's crazy.
Yeah,
the NCAA is the most messed up because they're not paying the athletes.
Yeah.
I know there's a thing in California where they can make money off their likeness now, which means like the most like they can get sponsorships.
They can do brand deals. Yeah.
Doesn't the college give them money to like every?
Yeah,
month?
they have money for like that's for food and just living.
It's like
it's not a whole ton to be honest. Like it's not
like,
a lot.
It's money, but it's money that is given a purpose before it's given to you. Yeah, it's like here's your grocery money, here's your rent money. It's like so you get by, but you can't just make what you should be. Like whoever gets the Heisman should get like at least $100K. For the
you can't pay them. They're getting free school.
Yeah,
but they usually make it to the NFL and get like 20 mil the
well,
next year.
They're also putting their bodies on the line for a team.
For a school.
They're not even getting paid.
They're not even getting paid.
Not like, and I don't even if the NCAA doesn't want to pay them, whatever. It's bullshit that they can't make money off of like sponsorships or anything.
Yeah,
they take any
when
money
it comes
for
down
anyone,
to it,
they're done. Like Reggie Bush took money from a agent before he was out of USC. The agent bought his mom like a house or something, or a car or something. And to this day, like his records from USC, arguably one of the greatest college running backs in the history of football, he doesn't have records there
because they wiped him
because of that scam, that whole scandal.
Wow.
Just because he was doing some good for his mom.
And you know what else? You know where else it hurts? There's no NCAA games, video games.
Oh,
dude, they are. They're so fun. Oh yeah, dude. I would argue they're better than the NFL games.
Yeah, because it was just more fun. Dude.
Yeah,
I just really.
It was more fun, and you had more. I don't know, like just colleges. You're more like in tune with them. Like, oh, pick Stanford. Like, yeah. Like I don't know. It was just.
I remember the team was always like Florida Gators.
Yeah, no. My favorite thing to do though is the Stanford trees, and you'd put it on mascot mode,
And
and it was just the trees with like the huge ass eyes, and it was so funny looking. Oh man, but no, they really need to change that around. There's no difference in some of the kids in college. Like some of the kids in college are more skilled than some of the NFL players.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Like just
some of the
coming
ones
out
coming
and
in.
about to transition.
Yeah, but they're making so much money off of these games and these teams.
Yeah. There's no reason
The
to not.
sponsorships, like the youths get like $10 million a year from Under Armour that they have to spend.
Wow.
They have to spend.
Just on gear.
Yeah, and just giving shit away.
Yeah,
And just,
they have to spend.
dude.
Or it might. I don't. It
How-
might not
how
be
hard?
Under Armour. It could be Under Armour, but one of
let's-
their sponsors, or it might be Gatorade, or one of whoever their shit is, giving them money that they have to spend, or else, like it's just money out the asshole that they can't give to the kids. They
Yeah.
can't give to the players.
They have to spend it so it's used.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? I can't remember.
You guys keeping up with the NBA?
Yeah.
I know y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
okay.
sure. It's
love
been
the Jazz.
crazy right now.
Jazz
Can't
is
wait
nice.
for the
what,
playoffs.
what are your
It
favorite
it
teams?
feels good to have a good team.
Right.
Like it feels so good. Like
I
the Jazz
was-
are good. I
I-
love it.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember when they were bad? Like,
Yes.
they had Darren
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah,
They
oh
were
my
kind of
God,
good.
yeah.
No,
They were
Darren
kinda
Williams
good.
and Boozer.
And Boozer.
When
And
Boozer- that was like the
87.
first time I was like,
Paul
Jazz
But
might be.
But that time period, it was embarrassing to be a
Yeah.
Jazz fan. for
Yeah, it
sure.
was.
And now
was
it's
like,
on the up and up, definitely.
It's so
Yeah.
nice. Like who did
Y'all
we just
sweet.
beat? The Rockets? Or no, who was it? It was a big win. Like maybe a week
I
ago.
don't
Oh.
recall. I don't-
Well, I know we had a big one against the Trailblazers because I was there, and
it was the controversial
yeah,
call. I
it was
remember
controversial
that. Yeah,
with
Rudy Gobert's
Oh,
block.
yeah,
It
with
was-
the goaltending, and it was an obvious goaltending.
It was
and
obvious.
It was obvious.
Yeah.
It
I
was
was third row for that. It was crazy.
It was
It was
the
a-
buzzer beater against the Rockets.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Oh, with Bowie on.
Bowie
And
on.
and at the end of
Oh.
that game, we had a better record than the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
We were like 26-3, and they were like
What are we?
25.
What?
Sixth
Where
or
are we
seventh.
standing
I
right
think we're
now?
seventh.
Let's check. You want to pull it up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up, man. So, what are they?
Jazz right now are fourth in the Western Conference.
Hell
Fourth.
yeah.
That's not bad.
That's
That's
good. What is
nice.
that?
36 and
That
18.
puts us seventh or eighth in the overall.
But no, this is why it feels good. They're fourth on paper, but every single team does it. Like if they play the Jazz, they're gonna be like, okay, like we gotta get ready. The Jazz are hella good.
Right.
Like we're a dangerous
We're a
team.
threat now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're
I like-
definitely.
I love being a threat. It's nice.
I don't-
the
I don't know if I
final
wanna
stretch
say
is
it.
coming too. The last half of the season.
I feel like we could definitely make it to the Western Conference
Oh,
Finals.
yeah.
Yeah. But dude, every year the Rockets give us trouble.
Trouble.
Every
That's
year.
facts. It's
But
always
we just
the
need
They
to
Rockets.
have a small lineup now.
Yeah.
They just got rid of Clint, so hopefully.
If it's happening, it might be 2020.
Hopefully.
It's
We
just-
look good. We look
Western
good.
Conference Finals.
It
Conley
just
can
feels good
get
being
it
a
together.
dangerous threat. Like
Yeah.
it's nice.
And we don't have to face the Bucks.
Yeah, and like when I
Yeah.
like on Snapchat when
The
I'm looking
best
through
team.
Sports Center,
The best.
like
team.
highlights, if I see a Jazz highlight, it's like, hey,
Right.
Yeah.
We're
it's
on the
nice.
map.
Like yeah, we're on the map. It's nice.
Yeah.
But dude, you know what I wish was more on the map? The Grizzlies.
Dude, yeah,
Or,
but
like,
that's
I would-
Jaw's nice.
That's like a. Isn't that like the D League of the
Yeah.
of the?
Are you talking about hockey?
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I wish
hockey.
we had a NHL
Yeah.
here.
I wish.
Dude, hockey is so fun. Like the fans are just
Yeah.
different. It's a different sport.
Still have yet
Yeah.
to.
Just
I
banging on
wish
the glass.
That's
it's
like
so
a
fun.
regret of my life is that I never played hockey. I
Yeah,
know Carl
dude.
played hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah. That was the greatest.
Yeah. I really wish I played hockey.
But no, it's some G
Yeah.
shit too. Like some of the games that you were in, I was like, how
Did
is
you
my-
ever get into like a fight? I know
Oh,
they allow
yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
That's
you got
crazy.
laid out too once.
Yeah,
you know,
one
like,
time.
pretty
Yeah,
bad.
it just gets brutal.
Dude,
dude.
and
Like-
it was a little. I know it's a little
like
rougher
a-
for you because you're
Oh,
you were
yeah.
smaller than.
But dude, it's
some
like
of the
kids
big-ass
like
kids that
Yes,
were on the
dude.
team.
Like
Some of the
kids-
kids are like 6'5", like
Yeah.
Oh,
No, like
220.
kids like,
oh my
They just-
goodness.
Gage Wood.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Gage Wood, when like senior year, he was a monster on the
His
ice.
mission, wasn't his mission on the team just to
Just to
Just
get in the
destroy.
way. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
he
every
was a
game,
big
every
kid,
game I
bro.
went to, he was just getting in the box.
Especially with his pads on, he was a big kid.
I don't know if I could ever be good on ice.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did it take a while to get like the real control on the ice?
Yeah, I've been playing. I learned to ice skate when I was like 5.
Oh, really?
So I've like always had it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
dope.
but no, it's a different sport, 100%.
Did you ever want to be like, yeah, I might want to go somewhere in hockey?
No,
No.
dude,
You're just like, I'm gonna play this through high school.
I know how sports work. It's like, dude, like sports really don't get people anywhere. Like
Yeah.
in Utah, at least, like
Slim
There have been
chance.
You gotta be
few that have
something.
gotten
Right.
out. Yeah.
Frank Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, and he's doing good.
He's-
He's doing
he's-
good.
yeah.
They're playing him more later.
What's his
Yeah.
name
Yeah.
from Murray?
Max Tupai.
Max
Yeah.
Tupai,
Yeah.
yeah. He's-
I like watching him play.
Yeah.
Kirk
But he is something
Watkins in,
He
special.
starts too. He starts.
He's on
which is
what is he? Oklahoma, I think. Kirk Watt. He came out of Kearns. I used to play.
Oh,
with him.
really? Yeah. I know there's
Oh,
some
and
kids from
then,
like
uh,
Cottonwood.
And then there's always the Olympus, typical D1 Olympus.
The elites.
Rylan Jones starting for the Utes, which is crazy.
Really?
I can't
Yeah.
believe he's starting.
From
I
Olympus.
can't, he's a bucket. Yeah, he played last year. Just destroyed, wiped the floor with Murray all the time.
In
Plays
basketball?
So, yeah,
Okay.
and he's so good.
Dude,
He's so
Murray.
good. And now he starts.
From what I can remember, like the last basketball games I went to, Murray was getting wiped like every game.
Yeah, but dude, Murray beat Olympus this year. It's
Really?
crazy, yeah.
Are they
And then
nice this year?
Murray, like they're decent. They
Who's
just
that?
won their playoff game.
Who's that one kid? Super tall Jake.
Yeah, Jake Cole.
Yeah, is he pretty good this year?
Yeah.
He was decent.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't care about the fucking Murray basketball team. But
Chuff's over it.
yeah, I'm done with Murray. Anything to do with. I'm sick of Murray.
We're over
I'm
it.
sick of high school.
Almost.
Steve. So, how much time are we in?
An hour and two.
Oh, an hour or two? Yeah, let's wrap it up. But Diego, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
It's been a great podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
great cover first stuff. I feel like it's gone pretty swimmingly. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's great. Love it. Yeah.
Good to have you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, man. It's been a good one.
Peace.
Good night, guys.
Folks.